Dividing fractions, day 2. Use an area model to divide fractions. Simon buys 1/2 yard of material to make foot bags. How many foot bags can Simon make? Find 1/2 divided by 1/6. Here they show you using a bar diagram how to divide 1/2 by 1/6. They take the full amount, which would be 1 whole, and they cut it in half to show you 1/2 of a yard. Then you have to take the entire whole and you have to cut it into 6, which they do in the second image, so that it shows you there are 3 1/6 and 1/2. Therefore, 1/2 divided by 1/6 is 3. Now, yesterday I taught you how to solve division problems using the method keep, change the sign, and flip the second fraction. This was multiplying by the reciprocal. So we keep 1/2 the same, we change the sign to multiplication, and we flip over the 1/6. Now what we're going to do is we are going to multiply straight across just as we would in a regular multiplication problem. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2, sorry. Now we have to simplify. And I know I can divide 6 and 2 by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 over 1 is the same as 3. This one says, use the number line below to represent 1/6 times 3 equals 1/2. Then write an equivalent division sentence. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to break this number line up into 6. Okay? So now that we have broken this up into 6, we know that 1/2 falls in the middle. We take 1/6 times 3 equals 1/2. Now, if you were to write this as a division problem, you would have 1/2 divided by 1/6 equals 3. Or 1/2 divided by 3 equals 1/6. You can use another area model to divide fractions. How much of a 3/4 cup serving is in 2/3 cup of yogurt? Step number 1, you are finding 2/3 divided by 3/4. So they show us 2/3 here divided by 3/4 in the red. Step 2, multiply the denominators to find the common unit of 12ths to compare. So in this particular model, they are using a common denominator to compare. 2/3 is divided into 8 equal parts, while 3/4 is divided into 9 equal parts. So 2/3 of a cup is 8/9 of 3/4 of a cup. Now, how could you do this using multiply by the reciprocal? Remember, that just means keep the first fraction, change the sign, and flip the second fraction. So, 2/3 divided by 3/4. Rewrite the problem. 2 over 3 Change the sign, flip the second fraction. Oops. Now you're going to multiply straight across. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, you may be looking at this bar diagram and finding that hard to understand. So basically, after they've found the common denominator, the 8 from the top problem becomes your numerator, and the 9 from the bottom problem becomes your denominator. Go ahead and try this next one on your own. You can try it using the area model, or you can try it by multiplying by the reciprocal. I'm going to show you how to multiply by the reciprocal. So 8 times 1 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. Now I know that I can divide both of these numbers by 4, because remember, you have to simplify. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 2/3 would be the correct answer for this practice problem. Next thing that we're going to do is we are going to divide fractions. Andrew has 3/4 a gallon of orange juice. He wants to pour it into 1/6 gallon containers. How many containers can Andrew fill? Find 3/4 divided by 1/6. To divide by a fraction, rewrite the problem as a multiplication problem using the reciprocal as the divisor. This is exactly what we've been talking about. So we have to rewrite this division problem, 3/4, change the sign to multiplication, and then use the reciprocal 6/1. Then once you multiply straight across, 3 times 6 gives you 18. 4 times 1 gives you 4. Now, they went ahead and changed this into a mixed number. This shows that I am filling a total of 4.5 jars. Both of these answers would be correct. So let's try one. How wide is a rectangle strip of land with the length of 3/4 miles and the area of 1/2 square mile? Use the formula area equals length times width. So using the formula area equals length times width means we are going to plug in what we know. We have the area, okay, 1/2, and we have the width, 3/4. So we have the length, excuse me. So in order to find the width, we have to do the opposite of multiplication, so we have to divide. So we are going to rewrite this as a division problem. We are going to take 1/2 and divide it by 3/4. Now remember, in order to divide, we are really going to multiply by the reciprocal. So we have to rewrite it again. 1/2 times 4/3. Then we're going to multiply straight across. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. Now 4 and 6 are both even numbers, so I can divide them both by, that's right, 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Therefore, the width of the rectangle would be 2/3. In conclusion, the key concept: to divide a fraction by a fraction, rewrite the division equation as a multiplication equation. Keep the first number the same, change the sign to multiplication, and use the reciprocal, or flip the fraction to make it the reciprocal. That concludes the lesson.